What's up, y'all? It's been a minute. Okay, y'all know I always gotta get my lighting, all my everything situated. That looks a little better. I feel like I look a little dark though. Let me see. That's better so y'all can see me. Hello. It's me. Hello. Better. Maybe it's my hat that's shading me. I don't know. You know what? Let me try a warm. I want to be. Let me figure it out. Oh, mode. There. I like that. I like that mode. I like that. I want to be warm. But listen, I look a hot mess, but I see my background, I wore this hat. Wait, it's cricket right there for a reason. My lip gloss is popping, and I look a little foul. It's okay. It's before bedtime. I get jet lag. Just came back from New York. It was popping. Um, but I wanted to talk about being proud of yourself, even when ain't nobody clapping. Don't feel guilty about being proud of yourself. And so I think that's why I wore this hat because I am actually proud of myself. Facts. And sometimes I'm extremely modest about it. I don't really talk about a lot of my accomplishments. Definitely don't just throw it in people's face or act like I'm better than anybody. That's never been Audra, ever. But I had a real conversation today, technically through text message, and I reached out to a celebrity that is actually a foster youth, was a foster youth, and she popping right now. I'm gonna just put it out there. I ain't gonna say who because I'm so excited. Um, but she popping over 2 million. Like she's popping. Everybody know her. Okay, she international. I put it like that, and for her to reach out to me based on what I do for my foster youth, that hit different. It hit different. I can honestly sit here and say that I am a celebrity podcaster. Facts. And I'm proud of myself because I wasn't expecting this. I could cry thinking about it. But what I was expecting was a platform for my foster youth and to get celebrities to talk to my foster youth. And I'm literally actually watching a dream come true. Facts. It's coming true. And so it touched my soul today because this in particular celebrity was like, absolutely, I'll come and do it. She ain't mentioned no money. She ain't mentioned nothing. Everybody else want to charge me. Everybody always mentioning money. How much this, how much that. And she was like, I'm literally clearing out my schedule and I want to take your foster youth shopping. And I was like, wow. She was just crying about being in the system the other day. And it's crazy because I posted it, I reposted it. And she was just saying how a lot of people don't understand what foster youth go through, the trauma of being moved home to home with strangers, being treated bad, being treated unfairly, not feeling like you belong. That's a cold ass feeling for a child to feel that way. I mean, I literally can get emotional over it because I've experienced it. Um, and I think that's why I was like me going through a lot of things that I went through, even with my book from a holder CEO, I always said, oh, you know what? Look, I got a little thing here. Oop, hopefully y'all can't see all my stuff. I got a little thing. They've been selling. Every time I sit on my little thing, it's like royalties, royalties. I'm like, oh, okay, okay. But I even started a mini book club for my foster youth because I wanted them to read this. And if they read it, I was giving out an incentive for reading it. Um, I say that to say I'm proud of myself. And it's okay to be proud of yourself. It is. And I'm getting a little emotional because, people that may not know me or do know me, rest in peace to my mother. She died 2020, I believe. Yeah, 2020, April 9th, 2020. And my granny died shortly after. And I know that they would be proud of me. And it's crazy because when I lost them, my life skied up. It was a trip. It was like, I feel like they sacrificed their life for me. That's what I feel like. Because I didn't have a normal childhood. And I feel like that's why I kind of wanted to come on here today. I wore my little CEO hat and stuff like that because I'm like, I could say I'm proud of myself, from going to school, um, for inspiring other people, um, for helping people, for supporting youth that I feel like went through the same struggles that I did as a youth. I know that um, that showed his time in life at 18 and not having nobody at that age. That shit is a horror story. And it's like, who else do you run to if you don't have family? It's only the streets left. So, I guess I'm just being vulnerable today because I really felt like when I look at my life, where how I'm living and, you know, wake up on my own schedule, I'm kind of like Natalie. I be doing what I want and creating more businesses, giving jobs, housing youth. I'm like, damn, I literally did that. I did that. And I did that by myself. Like, damn, I did that. And I guess I can get on here and cry and say it, you know, and be vulnerable because if you ain't read my book and if you don't know me and you just now tapping in, to know that I literally went from a hoe in the streets, East 14th, Bush Street in Frisco, 20th and San Pablo. I can name all the streets from Craigslist to Red Book to, shit, Backpage, from all these whole websites and being naked on the internet, being naked on a host stroll, and being where I'm sitting here today, where I'm helping the same girls that went through what I went through. It blows me away. It blows me away. It really do. And it's just like God put me in these situations to be a prostitute, to be hoeing, so I can know how to handle my young kids right now that's in these same incidents. Prime example, I had a kid text me today and was like, Dr. Stance, I know I'll get my stipend on the 15th, but can you send me some food? Because I'm starving and I don't want to go hoe and sell my ass. Those was her exact words. In my soul, that hit home. It's so unfortunate that in this business, you have to treat all of them the same. Because let's say if 10 girls call me and be like, hey, I'm starving, then of course I got to give all 10 of them something. So unfortunately, I had to give her some game and tell her there's a million and one hustles. Why we choose that one? You know what I'm saying? But it hit home with me today. And it made me look at my life and, you know, just look at everything and be like, it's okay to be proud of yourself. I never actually sat back and pat myself on the back. And it's crazy because people may come here in this house and be like, oh, you living like the white people. This is just comments that my friends have made, and oh, you living like this, and you got all this house and it's just you. And in my mind, I'm like, this ain't shit. In my mind. But on the outside looking in, others may view you differently than how you view yourself. So that's something else I had to learn. Like, and I think that's why I struggle with why I don't be so proud of myself. I don't know. Because in my mind, I know I may feel guilty because I know in my mind, I know God can take it away like that. So I try to be modest with my blessings. And I try my best to, you know, be humble. I really do. Now I know I might be shiny sometimes. Okay. And I know I may like luxury and speak louder with my appearance. But verbally, I don't speak as much. No, for real though. Verbally, I may not say that much. Okay. I'm just saying, verbally. Verbally. Okay. But I say all that to say, like, you just never know how people view you. You just don't. You don't know how people view you. And I learned the other day when, shout out to TT Dwayne. TT Dwayne got mad at me because she introduced me to one of her people. And I never seen someone so eager to want to work with me. To a point, it scared me a little bit. I ain't gonna hold you. Like, I'm from East Oakland, California. Normally, we don't pearl ride, like they call it D ride. We don't pearl ride, not town bras. I don't know. I'm gonna speak on me. I don't pearl ride. I'm not taking no trips on no pearls. Okay, and not even on the dink dog. I just not me. That's just not me. I'm not a rider. Okay, I'm a driver. I never really been a rider. But once I seen how this young lady admires me to a point, she did a few things that really showcased she wanted to be on my team. That shit scared me. I ain't gonna hold you. It made me be like, yeah, I gotta block her 100% because see, she don't know me from a can of paint. And for her to pearl ride like that, that's alarming. But then on the flip end of it, I had to look at, once again, shout out to Big Mike Rob. He told me, because he's like me, he's very modest. But he told me that people view you differently than how you view yourself. That's just like in the mirror. I'll be like, oh, girl, you thick. And then I look at us, I'm like, bitch, you fat as hell. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you don't look thick. You can look thick, and when you look at it and you in the mirror, then you take that picture and be like, oh, this is what I really look like? Yeah, it's for real. So I had to really realize people may look at you differently than how you look at yourself. Facts. So it's okay to be proud of yourself. Because I'm telling y'all, I be feeling guilty. I really do. Even my friends, they be like, I'm so proud of you. And I'm like, for what? I ain't did nothing. I ain't did nothing. I ain't did nothing. But then I had to think in my mind, I actually did do something. I did. Not only did I do something, I did something real big. And it's only more to come. Like, I've turned this platform into, I am an official celebrity podcaster. So I was in New York. I just got back last night. And it's crazy because I guess I was doing my little stories and stuff. And people was tapping in. Shout out to the smart guy and his team. And he's been going viral too. I've been seeing him on his YouTube. He got a lot of followers and a lot of this and a lot of that. And I didn't know who the young man was. but they knew who I was. And I'm like, they way in New York. How did they know me? So I'm like, oh, wowzers. I'm state to state now. I had some chicks reach out to me from Atlanta. I don't know any of these people. So I see that my platform is growing. I'm not buying ads. I'm not doing any of that. And I'm seeing that the word is spreading. My podcast is spreading. People tapping in want to be on the show. Um, and I'm all for it. I don't just want celebrities. I want real life stories. Shout out to Lil Kayla, just had her on there from Frisco. Um, she came on there, telling her story, and I asked her, like, "Wait, is this a chip nail?" Oh no, that's how I go. These my natural nails, y'all. And people was like, "Is your nail broke?" These two broke, but I kept them like that. Yeah, I thought that was cute. Look, it's cute. But these are my natural nails. Yeah. But anyway, ADD at its finest. But yeah, attention deficit disorder, ADD. There's two of them, ADD and ADHD. For you won't that did not know. But anyway, little Kayla came on, and she was just like, talking her stuff, and just kind of seeing how she was proud of herself too. And I asked her, how you deal with, because I have I got a team. I done built me a team, and I got an A&R, and I got all this. And so I have an executive assistant that I hired, Sean. Shout out to Sean Black. And he just was a real live fan when she walked in. Mind you, shout out to Kayla, I love her to death, but she's way younger than me. I've never heard any of her music. You know what I mean? I don't even really listen to rap. I don't. I stopped listening to it back in the E40 days and all that. So, he just knew all her songs. Mind you, he's only 30. I'm 43 years old. So he's around her age group. And I mean, he went crazy. He couldn't believe I even had her. She came to my show. Let me send it a text. She came to my, because I'm going to say it, Miss Kamaya and Miss Tracy, y'all promised my kids some tickets to y'all show. So I'm finna to text you right now. Because where's my kids' tickets? Okay. Now, how do I do this? Got it. But let's text them right now, actually. Here she go. Look, there's a picture of Kamaya and Adrian Marcel. The one that said it's 2 a.m. Yep, they came to the show. That was real cute. Let me tell her, sis, where is my... Wait. Sorry, y'all. Kids is asking about those tickets y'all promised them. When is the show and when will we get the tickets? Okay. But anyway, back to what I was saying, which I'll be all over the place, but it's okay. I just was talking about me being proud of myself. Like, even if I lost everything tomorrow, I'm like, I just had some jambalaya, so that was disgusting picking my teeth. But I'm like, I could at least say that I tried and I gave it my all. Because I did and I do, But I got to be proud of myself, not when I make it, not when I hit 6 figures, not when I lose some weight, not when I get verified through social media. I got to be proud of myself right now. You feel me? I want all y'all to be proud of yourself right now, though. Right now, be proud of yourself. Because a lot of you are surviving battles that nobody even know that you're fighting. Straight up. Straight up. A lot of people don't even know that people are going through things, but they wake up every day and still do what they got to do. Be proud of that. Straight up. Be proud of that. And it's the crazy part. This is the crazy part. It'd be like you waiting for somebody else to clap for you, but what if nobody ever do? What if nobody ever do? And I got to tell myself this, because I'd be like, I don't need no validation. I don't need this. I don't need that. But then when you don't have a mother or a father or family that may be in the pew at church rooting for you, and maybe at your graduation rooting for you, you be like, well, damn, who's proud of me? Ain't nobody proud of me. That's a bad feeling. That's not the best feeling. You know what I'm saying? Hey, y'all on the list. As soon as I get, I will send. I hope you're doing amazing. Yay. Of course, Puddin', you know I am. You know we love you. Thank you, Puddin'. Um, you I feel like that's what I wanted to come on here and unpack today. That, why is it so hard to feel proud of myself? Why? Why is it so hard for people to feel proud of themselves? And I think some of y'all accomplish things your younger self prayed for, and you still feel like it wasn't enough. Like getting married. I did that. Wasn't a real one, but it still happened. You know? And then you still feel like it's not enough that you got everything that you wanted when you were little. And then I think, why though? And I'd be like, because every time you reach a goal, I'll be moving the goalpost. So for example, I was like, oh, I want to buy a house. I did that. I'm over that. Oh, I want to get me a nice Maserati. I did that. I'm over that. Oh, I want to build a multi-million-dollar company. Oh, I did that. I'm over that. So it'd be like, I'll be proud when I make more money, or I'll be proud when I move, or when I look better, or when people even notice. But notice what? What does that mean? Notice what that means. What does that mean when people notice? So I tried, the pride to performance and all that, the performance for validation for other people, though. That's a dangerous cycle when you sitting around waiting on somebody to be proud of you. Because if you need applause to feel accomplished, silence gonna definitely make you feel like you failed. Straight up. So let's just say social media messed up everything. Social media then messed up everything. Even though it's changed a lot of lives and then put a lot of people on all that good stuff, but it's also ruined a lot of stuff. It did. It messed up a lot of men. Like, let's talk about it. Social media got everybody comparing themselves. So if you didn't did this huge accomplishment, it's kind of hard to even be proud of yourself because you constantly compare yourself with somebody else that's doing better. It's kind of like you wake up grateful, you open your phone, now you feel behind. That's a fool right there. That's all social media. Like I wake up like, oh my God, I made it coming to America. She's your queen to me. I was in New York with my mink on, y'all, feeling like I'm in Zamunda. And then I got home and looked at my phone. I was like, wait, I didn't make nothing. Like I didn't make nothing. In New York, I felt like the queen of Zamunda with that mink on. And then I got home and I'm like, I opened that phone and I'm like, I feel behind. Why do I feel behind again? That's how you know social media is the root to all evil, baby. I'm telling you. And I ain't gonna hold y'all. Before this podcasting, I wasn't on social media at all. I was never in the limelight. I was never out in these streets. I was never on the forefront. People knew me passing through like this, but you didn't know me. You see what I'm saying? Now I'm like the whole world. I was a hoe to a CEO. Listen, y'all looking. Okay? The whole world knows now. It's all on Amazon. I think I done sold like 60 books now on Amazon. I just be getting the what is it called? The royalties coming through now, which is pretty dope. Every month I got some royalties coming in. I appreciate it. I mean, it ain't much, but it's it's still money coming in. The bigger I get, the more people buy that book. But I'm actually seeking to do a documentary right now at this point. But I got a lot of stuff up my sleeve that I'm working on, so I'll deal with that later. But I was just like, social media messed up everything because it's like everybody constantly comparing themselves. And when you feel like you one step ahead of the game and you crack that dang on phone open and you look and you bust it open like boom, phone open. And you hop on that social media and you like, damn, I'm behind again. I'm not where I thought I was because social media they messed it up. But no, listen, you be like, okay, somebody done bought a house, somebody got engaged, somebody got a business booming, somebody on vacation, somebody pregnant, somebody got a baby, somebody just bought a new $15,000 Chanel bag. You behind. So you like, what am I doing wrong? You ain't doing nothing wrong. Nothing. You just don't see they struggle. Like just because it looked like somebody winning, you have no idea what that person went through to get to where they are. Just like, so I had a few people come to the house and they're like, girl, and it's like, people didn't even know I was living up in this house with 5 foster kids, tearing this dang old house up. I don't even own it. I'm renting a 5-bedroom home. Not to say I don't own property, but I'm just saying that is now into an adult residential. So I'm renting a home and all these rooms is like I got my room, I got my podcast room I made, I got the guest room, my daughter room, and I got a room I turned into a complete closet because I just didn't have no space for anything. So it's like, dang, I really need a 5-bedroom, huh? All the stuff I got. But it's like people will come and they be like, thinking I'm doing better than what I am. And I'm like, they have no idea. I ain't got nothing. I'm not where I want to be. I'm still trying to create more businesses and figure out my life. Shout out to myself. Actually, I just started a black car business. So for any of you in the Bay Area that need a black car, let me know. We got a driver. I think we doing $1,500 for 24 hours. Driver will sit there, whatever you need the driver to do. Okay. It's $1,500 for a 24-hour service. We'll pick you up, drop you off anywhere. We got a black on black, tinted windows, Escalade, yes. Cadillac Escalade, you got your luxurious everything up in there, your TVs, all the stuff. And yeah, I started not a moving company, but a black car service company coming near you. So for any of you guys that need a black car, all my celebrities, when y'all come to podcast, you holla back. Let me know. Shout out to my cousin Capone. Already hollered at you. All the celebrities you be dealing with, yeah, they need to use my black car service. Yeah, 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 yeah. Okay. Oh, it's that chair making noise. I'm like, what's that noise? But anyway, yeah, so that's just like that's the thing about this social media. You just be feeling like, oh my God, social media, I'm behind. But in real life, you're not. Social media is designed to make you feel like you behind. No, you're not. You're right on track on where you're supposed to be and where God wants your ass to be. Okay. So I have to tell my own self that I really do, and people just don't see the struggle that I went through to get to where I am. And honestly, like I said, I'm still not where I want to be. It's so many things that I want to do, so many people I still want to help, and protecting my energy is the number one thing so I can help others. But like I said, people don't see the struggle. They don't see the debt. People don't see I'm $300,000 in school debt because I'm a doctor. Okay. They don't see my anxiety. I went to New York. Oh my God, I damn near had panic attacks like a big dog. It's like San Francisco on steroids. And y'all know I'm straight, but I like living in the hills somewhere. I don't like all that chaotic movements. I need it to be still. Only I can move. They ain't seen the sleepless nights where I ain't slept for 2, 3 days because I'm trying to build a whole business or I got kids acting a fool and we just got to complain today about something. Like it's a daily thing. Every day in my life is different. I really need a reality show. Dead serious. I need to be trying to do more content, but I just be having too much going on. But I feel like comparison, it will rob you of pride faster than a failure ever will. And so, see, I be having to move this screen because I'll be looking at right here when I'm supposed to be looking right here. Hi. But I think that when we keep comparing ourselves, it's gonna rob your pride faster than a failure will. It really will. Like you gonna think you ain't gonna have no pride. You're gonna be so accustomed to failing because you constantly comparing yourself. You know what I mean? So I think another thing, like even when me dealing with a lot of these celebrities and I'm seeing how some of them come in with this movement, some be chill, real chill. And then some, a lot of some people got they confidence, be a little arrogant, and that's something that I try not to be. I'm definitely confident, but I try not to mix the two. You don't want to mix the two of being confident and arrogant because then it looks like you're cocky. People really don't like cocky people. I speak for myself. I don't do well with them. I like humbleness, and I think some people were raised to think being proud is cocky. And I think I'm one of them that struggle with that. I think, speaking on my accomplishments or any of my accolades, I feel like I'm being cocky or like I'm not being humble. And that's actually not true. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, you don't know if your success story can inspire and help people. So I think it's the way that you present yourself. I think it's the way that you help others and help the community, um, that makes you earn respect from people. And they won't look at your cockiness, or excuse me, they won't look at your accomplishments and your accolades as if it's cocky. They'll more or less say it's confident. And so, that's something that, I'm working on, is feeling like it's okay to be proud of myself. I've done a lot. I've done a lot. I've housed over 100 kids for sure. I'm housing about 40 something now, but I didn't house in this 3 years over 100 and something kids. Facts. I can count verbatim. That's crazy. And oh shoot, I need to text her back. Literally every time they leave, they come back and they look for me, and a lot of them thank me for being there and supporting them. And I forgot I need to text one right now. I ain't talked to this little girl in so long, and she's doing. Sorry, so late. I knew you would make it, my baby girl. That's why I love you so much, and I always will. Night night. Dead ass. This is a kid right here, out of nowhere today at 4 o'clock. Hey, Puddin'. She said, "What have you been up to?" I said, "Working. How are you, Puddin'?" She said, "I'm trying to, but my depression just been getting worse. I'm happy you're able to still keep going, though." I said, "Oh, Puddin'." She said, "I did at the end of August. They ain't expect me to make it." It's sad. The little text messages I be getting from my kids. All I can do is just try to inspire them. But I have to keep in mind, I want to be an enabler because they got to get up and work. You got to go grind. You got to hustle. I never try to get those confused. But anyway, um, so I was kind of talking about confidence versus arrogance and cockiness, and how it's pretty much okay to be proud of yourself. It's okay to be proud of yourself. And to, always, pat yourself on the back, treat yourself. You have to. Oh, she said, "I love you too." I love these kids. Y'all have no idea. Because they didn't ask to be in foster care. They didn't ask for their parents to fail them. You know what I'm saying? This is a cold game, a cold industry. And if you ain't in it, you'll never understand. You don't have the lived experiences to understand what these kids go through. But I think that's why God made me the strong one. You know how they always say, "Why me?" I know for a fact why me. Ooh, hopefully I ain't being too cocky. But no, I know why me though, because I was built for it. I was built to be strong and to do what I need to do. That's why I know it's going to take a special man, very special man that God is going to strategically place right here in front of me and choose me. Because I know, I listen. I think I was listening to a post today where a dude said the difference between a bad bee and a boss chick. And He said a boss chick do what she want, but a bad bee need her rent money. I said, ooh, that's a cold combination right there. You know what I mean? And I was just thinking to myself, like, I try to teach these girls to be a boss, not a bad bee. Because a bad bee just got physicalities. They just look cute, but they ain't got no money. They ain't got nothing. A boss, she may have on the same clothes, you know what I'm saying, or dress down or be in grind mode, wear some sweats because she hustling, but she can pay all them bills. She ain't got her hand out. She taking care of her kids in college, got food in the refrigerator, high end food, not no little Walmart $5, $5.99 shrimp bags. Okay, because half that's fake anyway. I'm just saying, no offense to nobody, because best to believe I was one of them ones buying that. Yeah, I still do if I need it. Um, but I'm just saying they'll try to post, go get a bag of $5.99 shrimp and make some pasta with some little $2.99 parsley and sprinkle it with some 99-cent tomatoes and make it look good like a gourmet meal and like they just living their best life. But they ain't even paid their rent yet. We're not gonna go there. But back to what I was saying about how some people were raised to think being proud of themselves is cocky. So you kind of shrink. You shrink yourself. You downplay your wins. I do this. It's unfortunate, but I do this. I really do. I think one of my homegirls, shout out to Tracy, she was just like, I'm so proud of you today. And I'm like, for what? I ain't even did shit. But then she like, what? She dang near got offended. She's like, what do you mean? She was like, you got what's her name coming to your show? You got Be Legit. Like, what? He a legend. And da, da, da. She was like, you got this person. She said, them people don't even interview, but they come into your show. And I was like, dang. I said, well, thank you, sis. I didn't even know what to respond with. And I downplay my wins a lot. I really do. Because in my mind, I just don't want nobody to think that I'm better than them. So I'll shrink or downplay my own wins to make somebody else that may not be on that level feel better. Now, I don't know if that's good or bad, but I know that I ain't into hurting people or making nobody feel less than. If anything, I'm going to put them on and help them and try to put them in the same position as me or make them at least look as good as me. I don't know. You know what I mean? But I notice that I struggle with that a lot too. Sometimes I do downplay my wins. You know what I mean? And like I said, my partner told me one of my sisters told me she proud of me. And I'm like, girl, that ain't nothing. Shit, that ain't that big. And I'm like, why am I minimizing myself though? Confidence will say, I worked hard for this. I did. But arrogance will kind of say, I'm better than you. So I don't ever be like that. So it's okay to understand there is a difference between arrogance and confidence. I did work hard for everything, and it's okay to be proud of that. It really is. It really is. And you could be humble and be proud. You could clap for other people's, and guess what? You can actually clap for yourself too. So you know what I want to do right now? I want to take the time to clap. Woo! I had to do that. I had to. I had to clap for myself. And I got to stop dimming my light so insecure people can feel comfortable. I got to stop doing that. I got to. It ain't right. That's pretty much being an enabler. It's just something about the silent wins. And you could talk about the wins nobody see. It's okay. You didn't react when you wanted to, or you know, you may have paid your bills on time. You didn't quit. Um, you walked away from toxicity, toxicity. I can't say that word. Toxic, toxicity. Y'all know what I'm talking. You walk away from shit that's toxic. Toxicity. I can never say that word. I did that. While others may sit and be comfortable in toxic situations, I walked away from it. So I can talk about my wins that nobody see. I can. To me, that's growth. And I'm gonna stop dimming my light to make insecure people feel comfortable. For what? Why am I dimming my light when I've accomplished and worked hard to get to where the hell I'm at? That's stupid. So I guess I'll say this to say this too. You too. Don't dim your light. Don't. And if you a cutie patootie, oh, excuse me, if you a cutie patootie, don't dim your light because everybody else may not be on your level. The fuck? Yeah, I'm not doing it no more. 2026, I'm not doing it. And everybody love may be different. Your parenting may be different. You know what I mean? Shit, handling money could be different. But some of us gotta break the generational patterns quietly. We have to. We have to. We have to. Not everybody win gonna come with a trophy or an award or a certificate. It's just not. Some wins actually can come with peace. And I think that's what my win did. My wins and my winnings, it came with peace. And I'm extremely grateful for that. Facts. Straight up. I don't need no fucking trophy. Excuse my French, because I'm trying to be Claire Huxtable. I'd rather peace. I'd rather peace. So stop waiting for them. Some of y'all still waiting for certain people to say they proud of you or, a parent, an ex, a friend, a sibling. No. Let me free you up right now. Don't wait on that. For what? They may never say it. Straight at it. And not because you didn't earn it. Let's be clear. But it's because some people struggle to celebrate other people's wins. Because they still sitting in their own insecurities. And that's okay too. It takes time to grow, But if you keep waiting for the validation, you're going to delay your own celebration. Straight up. So stop waiting on validation from other people because you don't want to delay your own celebration. Enjoy your wins. Celebrate yourself. So let's be practical. How do I shift like being proud of myself? I need to write down 5 things I survived. Let's do that all together. I'm going to write down 5 things that I survived. I'm going to write down 5 habits that I've improved. And I'm going to write down where I was 5 years ago. That is good. I like that. Write down where you was 5 years ago. Write down 5 habits that you've improved and 5 things that you survived. And then think, are you the same person? And if not, that's growth. So be proud of that. Start celebrating that. Start celebrating the efforts, not just the outcomes. So I'm going to say this to say that. I'm going to end this, y'all, because this was this was a good segment for me today. And I hope I got to some people, but I just got to say, I'm going to leave y'all with this. You survived things that were supposed to break you. You healed in spaces that was probably meant to hurt you. And you kept going when quitting may have felt much easier. Be proud of that. Even when nobody clapped, even if ain't nobody reposted or liked your stuff, even if nobody even understands the weight you carried. Okay? You understand it. And that's more than enough. It's more than enough. You are enough. So be proud of yourself. Celebrate your wins. And stop dimming your life for people that's insecure. Facts. Boom. And that's the message of the day. If y'all liked my message today, if it resonated with you, holla back. Leave some comments. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe. You know? But like I said, don't dim your life for nobody. Period. And that's the CEO talking. Be proud of yourself. Be proud of your wins. Be proud of yourself. Love yourself. Celebrate yourself. Enjoy yourself. Take trips. Don't wait on everybody. Y'all seen me last year. I was in Greece, Australia, hell, Fiji. Listen, Dubai. I went to all these places by myself. Facts. Enjoy your solitude. You don't need nobody to go with you to make you feel proud to celebrate your wins. Listen, if these broads ain't got their passports together, go by yourself. Facts. Okay. Now stay away from Mexico though, because they got them what's them called, them chinchilla people, whoever them people is trying to kill you, whoever them is. In Dubai, there is a war. We're in a war. Shout out to Big Mike Brown because he told me. I didn't even know we was in a war. I was in New York shopping. I don't pay attention to society in the world. I'm in my own hype. This was real therapy for me. Y'all know I've been gone for a week. I didn't sit here and talk to you people for 46 minutes. I don't never talk that long. Ever. I don't think I've ever talked that long ever. But I had to come on here just to tell y'all to be proud of yourself. Plus, I need my subscribers to go out. And if y'all notice, see, now I'm looking at my cell phone here instead of right here. I'm supposed to be looking right here and not here. But I thank y'all for tuning in. As y'all see, I got my background. It looks super cute. I love it. Sorry. But no, I holla. Thank y'all for tapping in and turning your hustle into a legacy. Oh, and lastly but not least, I got merch coming. Look, all my stuff is copywritten, so don't try to copy me. I'm just saying. But I got merch coming. I got t-shirts, turning y'all hustle into a legacy. I got hats. I just got merch. We got backpacks, shirts, turn your hustle into a legacy. Y'all can find it on my website, on Instagram, coming near you. And like I said, make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe. And like I said, I got a new black car service, fancy Cadillac, Escalade, all black. You need that ride. We got you. I got a driver. I got all that. Whatever you need, I got it. Straight East Oakland, y'all. And that's where from Dr.Stance. Ah.